Check 1 2, check 1 2, 1 2 3. Looking at levels here,
Check,
here. Can you check the feed on the TV and let me know if the audio levels sound okay? Question mark. We don't have good internet service here, so I can't really check it on my phone. All right, I think we got this now. I think we're close. I've got good condition. One person watching, so we're apparently
Must
working
be
good.
working.
Well, good evening and welcome everybody to Arthur, Illinois. And Arthur, Illinois is about a half hour south of Champaign-Urbana. So all I can think about on the entire trip down here is what time I'm going to get home and actually get to bed tonight. But regardless, we are down in Arthur, where we take on an undefeated Arthur O'Kaw Christian volleyball team tonight. Now, I'm unsure if this is the JV team or the varsity team that's undefeated, but I do know that one of these squads is undefeated. So we're going to find out tonight how we match up. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome. Dan Kinzinger alongside Jeremy Masters. And Jeremy, Arthur O'Kaw, you said you'd been down here once before. We've played them this year, or this was the spring?
We have played them. We actually played them last season, which happened to be this spring. So this is the second time that the varsity has been down here. I did not come to that game. But, yeah, they have been down here once already this year. It just happened to be last season, which was this year.
So this is actually a new school from the Arthur that I played at when I was in high school, which was many millennia ago. This is a new building, Arthur O'Kaw Christian, and they moved in here in 2017. And spacious gymnasium. We would be lucky to have something like this up for Cornerstone. Plenty of room, as you can kind of see, hopefully on the screen here. Seating, I'm going to guess you could probably seat 600-700 people in here, maybe.
I would
shoulder
think so.
to shoulder.
Yeah, 300 on each side.
Yeah, and so just a nice facility. Going to be a lot of fun to watch, and glad to be bringing it to you live here tonight. We do have we've got people jumping on, so apparently the stream is working. So I'm going to run through our roster real quick. I do not have the visiting roster because Laura Witt has not brought it over to me yet. That is Laura Witt. She is going to be bringing that. I thought maybe you'd bring the roster. We'll see. She's listening right now. She's going to text me. Just text me a picture of it, Laura. That would be fine, too. She's across the gym, so it would be a very long walk for her to make her way over here. But let's go through our JV roster coming up first, and that game's going to be starting here in about 5 minutes or so. So our JV roster for tonight: number 4, London DeHart; number 5, Lizzie Hennard; number 6, Kate Hancock; number 8, Aubrey Kinzinger; number 10, Carson Witt; number 11, Faith Hughes; 12 is Eliana Woodman; 13, Grace Masters; 16, Caitlin Scott; 17, Maris Largent; 28, Natalie Heil; and 29, Karis Wolf. It won't send because there's no internet over here.
Oh, yeah.
But I can take a picture of your picture in your phone. I do have an iPhone. AirDrop it to me. That would be fine.
But that was a close one tonight. We almost did not have Wi-Fi, which we would not have been able to stream without Wi-Fi.
It would not have been good. We were trying to go off the cell phone. Thank you very much. I got it. That's it. Thank you. Laura Witt, all will be said is good now from here on out. From Miss Laura Witt. I'll run through. Yeah, we were putting the cell phone all over the place, thinking we might have to broadcast over the cell phone. It wasn't working. Finally, the headmaster, Mr. Greg Mast, came through with a password that functioned, and we are online and rocking now on the Arthur Network. So the Arthur roster for tonight: number 3, Annabelle Haskins; number 4, Libby Henry; number 7, Selah Gregory; number 8, Elena Cutler; number 10, Lucy Payne; number 11, Isabel Haskins; number 12, Selah Wheeler. They've got 2 Selahs, S-E-L-A-H.
Nice.
I've not heard of one, and we've got 2 at the same school with the same last name. Interesting. Number 13, Kylie Gingrich; number 14, Sophia Swanson; 15, Phoenix Kelmel; 16, Kiera Schultz. These are getting more and more difficult as I go on. 17, Caitlin Paris. That was easy. 20, Addie Irwin. 21, Deanna Graber. 24, Eliana Wiegand. And 19, Alana Gingrich. I got through that without screwing those up.
That's good work.
At least according to my interpretation.
That's right.
So we got about 57 seconds here until they both start hitting balls directly at each other's heads, and we get this game underway. So, Jeremy, on your way down here, you said you did get to stop at Yoder's Kitchen. You said it was fantastic. I'm quite envious.
I have heard so much about Yoder's that we did leave work early today just so we could eat supper at
Did you skip
Yoder's.
lunch just to eat?
Essentially, I skipped lunch.
Good for you.
I mean,
Good
I
for
had to
you.
eat something, but I was saving up for this.
So we actually took the back roads down and came all the way down through Leroy and down through Weldon and kind of the back roads in there. The entire time down, I'm thinking, I'm going to take this way home because it's short, sweet, and I can go a little bit faster. But there's no place to stop on the way home. So we might have to trek up the road here to Yoder's.
You have to get some pie from Yoder's. So we did the buffet, and they had the fried chicken, which apparently they are just well known for their fried chicken.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
And it met the expectation. It was very good fried chicken.
Well, now I'm going to get hungry already at the beginning of the game. A night doesn't go by that you're on, but maybe a bit louder to your liking. Well, I mean, is it audible? That's all I really want to hear, Allie. She's checking my levels back at the house, and so, Allie, if it's good and if you can turn the TV up, just say you're good. That's all I need.
So she wants us to be louder. Okay.
Normally, yeah. If she asked my wife, she'd probably say turn it completely down and mute it. But so, about to get this one underway. Actually, they just put 6 minutes on the clock for Cornerstone to do their hitty thing that they do over the net to warm up, with Carson Witt showing off her stellar setting abilities and everybody else whacking it as hard as they can at the opponent's heads across court. It's kind of a fun game they play. Oh, no, that was your daughter trying to target somebody there.
So this is a fairly new gym. So
this is
2017. You said
2017. This was moved. So when they moved here in let's see here. When they moved to this building in 2017, they were 91 students, and this year they are 211, I believe.
Wow,
is what they said.
So was it always K through 12, or was it?
So Arthur, I believe, yeah, because we played Arthur in junior high and high school and elementary school growing up at Calvary. So Calvary Baptist was always played Arthur. And I remember playing in a very old, very small gym, but this is quite spacious. Girls have quite a lot of room to actually, the court's deeper than it is in our gymnasium. You got more rooms out of bounds.
Yeah, it does seem like it's got more actually floor space.
Yeah. So pretty gym.
Similar upper level here as our UTSA.
Yep, and I would imagine that has to be called an UTSA as well, just to get away from having an elevator. Because it's all about what you call it, not what its purpose is.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, they've got an upper-tiered seating area, which was going to be the game perch for Jeremy and I tonight, but we decided not to send you an end shot and just do the side shot that everybody's used to seeing. So we got about 3.5 minutes. In about 3 minutes or so, we'll be back on to chit-chat just a little bit about this game and bring you the play-by-play as it happens. So, good evening once again from Arthur, Illinois, home of Yoder's Kitchen. so I bought it down in the car lot. Put new tires on it, new brakes, new rotors, new shocks. Getting the whole front end painted.
It's a new truck.
No, it's a 13.
No, I mean it's practically a new truck after you replace everything on it.
And I got a piece on my door card that's missing. I don't know how it was just missing since I got it. Just having a litany of stuff done to it. So
Nice.
I wasn't even thinking about it when I dropped it off there Saturday morning. I'm focused on the weekend, and Sunday afternoon I'm like, how's this going to work tomorrow? So I had my wife drive me to work, get my car, my work car, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm good to go. This morning got up and go, how's this supposed to work? How am I supposed to get to Arthur and Sarah get home?
Yeah.
So I went and got my dad's truck. He's got the nice one. He's got a 2019 3/4 ton 7.3 diesel, 7.2 diesel, whatever that is.
Okay. So is he still pretty hands-on with the farm, or not as much?
So this year he's lost a lot of weight, and so he has become a lot more active. So today he decided that he was going to go ahead and start switching the combine over to these, and so he was making all the changes he did, and pulled the vertical tillage, pulled that apart, and had a couple bearings out, so he's got that apart. So yeah, I mean, stuff like that he does. As far as all the chemical and seed selection and that type of stuff, he doesn't do much anymore.
Yeah.
He just doesn't enjoy it.
Do you do most of that then?
All right, here we go. Well, good evening and welcome back once again to Arthur Okaw Christian School in Arthur, Illinois, just outside of Arthur, Illinois, about 2 miles to the west. And Dan Kinzer alongside Jeremy Masters here to bring you 2 games tonight. First, we've got the JV matchup, and then we will be followed by a varsity matchup. And what do you remember, Jeremy, about the matchup, the game that you guys had played against each other last year? Was it a competitive match? What do you remember?
No, Arthur is a very good volleyball team, and they handled Cornerstone pretty well. I actually wasn't at that game. I just got the report from my daughter on that one. But it's going to be quite a match tonight.
There we go. Yeah, sorry, my daughter's texting me. She thought we were live when it was you and I having a conversation. So.
Oh. She got the whole farm conversation,
the
truck. Now she knows what's going on with the truck.
Now she knows what's going on with my truck. Good to hear you on the air again, doing the buffet there in Arthur, ? Dave Wolf. Well, I would love to do the buffet. It's all about what time we get out of here. So if we can get out of here in 4 sets, there's a good chance there's a buffet on the horizon. However, if it's 8:15 or 8:30 by the time we get out here, the buffet is going to have to wait till another day, I'm afraid.
Not even a piece of pie.
There's not much good buffet food that's still sitting out at 8:30.
Well, that's true.
You know,
yeah.
Let's be honest. Okay, we're going to see if they're actually going to handshake here, because here at Arthur, masks are totally optional. So are they going to handshake?
Yeah.
I think
We're
so.
gonna do it.
Look at that. For the first time this season, we're not doing the wavy wave thing. So proud of these girls.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah, things are done a little different here in Arthur. Just a little more laid back.
So our starters tonight, you've got Heil, Masters, Wolf. In for Hancock, Woodman, Witt, and Hennard. Our front row here is Hennard, Wolf, and Heil to get things started. So we'll see if Miss Karras can make an instant impact here tonight. So I don't like my seat because I'm sitting right behind this big bald official, and I got to watch what I say too, because we're literally only 15 feet from him. So, and I can't see the net, but we'll see how this works. First serve, back row Masters up to Witt. Witt sets forward Wolf. Wolf tips over, blocked a little bit, played up in the air, has to get it over here on 3. They do. Back row. Eliana Woodman back up to Witt. Far side now, Hennard fires cross, dug out from the back row. Backside now up the front, hit back row, dug again by Woodman, going off her arm in the wrong direction. And the first point of the night will go over to Arthur Okaw. Conquering Riders. That's going to be hard to say all night long. We might just have to call them the the writers.
Or just Arthur.
Or just Arthur would work. Arthur's fine, too. Yeah, that would work. Arthur back to serve. Back row, brought up by Hennard. Up front row, Carson Witt. Near side now, Wolf tips it over. Back row, dug out by Arthur. Now backside. Back row hits it across. That one's going to go just out of bounds. And it'll be a side out and a point back to Cornerstone.
So a little switch up in the lineup from what we had on, what was that, Thursday night?
Yeah, and I think that's a good move right now. I really do. Hennard, nice serve, back row. This one's going to be trouble up in the net and can't get dug out. And a point to the Cyclones here. Cyclones lead now 2-1. Hennard back with the serve again. Fires, dug out, back row. This one's going to go over on one. Woodman, short bump up to the front, and Masters just has to get it over. She does. Arthur playing this one across, hitting it back and out of bounds. And a point back to the Cyclones again. We're going to be missing a stage curtain all night.
Yeah. Somebody's going to be climbing up on that stage a lot tonight.
So Lizzie having a good start to things here. And that one goes out of bounds on the return from Arthur. And it's now 4-1. Cyclones on top here early. Hennard has all 4 points from service. Another nice serve, dropping off nicely at the end there. Up to the front row, they got to get it over on three. They do. Dug out by Hennard. This one's going to be trouble up at the net. And Witt can't get underneath it. And it will be a side out and a point back to Arthur.
Yeah, I wanted Witt to get to that one just a little sooner.
She was watching that line and didn't want to slide over the line. That serve, what a great dig by Masters. But unfortunately, just too close up to the net, and it kind of came across a little bit, but great effort there by Masters.
Yeah, that was a good lob serve by Arthur there.
Another one here, back row, let that one go out of bounds, and it'll be a side out back to the Cyclones now. They lead 5-3.
Looks like we got a couple of ball girls up on the stage.
It reminds me of a tennis match. Hey, Karis, there you go.
I think they've done this before.
Wolf back with it for her first
Oh,
serve.
great
That was
serve.
a nice serve. Right over the net. Look for the tip. Witt.
Yeah, I think
are
we're
they
in the net on that one.
Is that what they said? Net?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So rotation here into the game. Carson's going to take a seat. Aubrey Kinzinger rotates in for her first appearance of the night. And substitutions for Arthur as well, as number 21 comes in for number 24. And number 21 comes in, looks like just a serve here. And a nice serve it is. Back row, brought up by Hennard. Witt, far side Masters, just tips over. And a nice dig by Arthur. Hit back row, dug out by Kinzinger, up to Witt. Witt now over to Masters, who tries to get it over, hits this one into the net. And that one, not exactly the way they wanted to play it. Kinzinger needed to pass that one up to Witt instead of having Witt come back to pick that one up. Back row, dug out by Hennard. Far side Masters, this one has to go over. Nice save there by Hughes, just into the game. Back row, dug out, nice save, left arm by Masters. But this one hit into the net. And it's now 6-5. Arthur on top, taking their first lead of the game.
Okay, so Cornerstone is scrambling there a little bit. They need to get set up, get a good pass.
Arthur serve, back row, dug out by Hennard, up to Witt. Witt now far side Masters, reams over, tips. Nice dig by Arthur. Set, this one's going to be trouble right up in the net.
Hughes got a good
nice
block on
block there. Going the wrong direction, though. And off the hand of Hennard. And a point to Arthur now. 7-5 is the lead. Serve back row, dug out by Hennard, up to Witt. Witt now bumps it up to Heil, who just tips it over. Returned nicely by Arthur. Near side, fires into the net. And that'll be a side out, switch back over to the Cyclones. 7-6, Cyclones down by 1 here in set number 1. Natalie Heil back to serve. Great serve. That one would have been out of bounds, but it was returned and hit off a hand, so that'll be a point to the Cyclones.
Need Natalie to dial this one back just a bit.
And it's for Natalie, it's all about this second serve. If she can get this second serve down, then that just seems to be her barrier right there.
There it is.
And there it is. Dug out nicely here by Arthur. Up to the front row. Back set, far side, tipped over. Up in the air by Witt. Nobody wants it, and it falls. And a timeout by Cornerstone here as a nice save by Carson Witt. But it's just like nobody wanted it there.
Well, the setter is supposed to get that ball, and I think when your setter takes first hit, everybody gets a little confused on what to do after that.
Well, I think the easiest thing you say if you're a coach is don't let the ball touch the ground.
That's the fundamentals of volleyball.
That's what I would say.
We don't know a lot
coach.
about volleyball.
No, we don't.
But that we do know.
Oh, boy. 8-7, so Arthur leads the Cyclones here by 1. It's going to be it was a side out there to them, so they will have the serve here. And Arthur is not flashy, but they're so far early on here, they're consistent. They're very solid fundamentally.
They are consistent, and I'm seeing just a little bit of a lack of enthusiasm from the Cornerstone side. I need to see a little bit more energy coming from them. I saw Faith got up at the net a couple of times for a block, so I like to see that, but we need to see more of it.
Yep. So we got Heil, Masters, Kinzinger, Hennard, Hughes, and Witt in the game right now for Cornerstone. And Arthur back to serve. Nice serve going. Nice dig by Masters, saving it. Heil back in play. Kinzinger has to get it across. She does. Dug out. This is going to be trouble right at the net. Brought up in the air. This one has to go over. And Masters trying to reach for it. And it just hits into the top of the net, so it'll be a point to Arthur. 9-7. Arthur leads by 2. Fires across, back row. Kinzinger going the wrong direction. Hennard saves it. Masters has to get it across. They do. Back row. Up the front. Set near side. Fires cross. Back out. Nobody touched it. And they're going to say the front row or the back row. One of the two players brushed it with their hand. And so it'll be a point to Arthur. 10-7. I don't know if that was Heil or Kinzinger.
Yeah, I think actually Faith may have got a piece of that one right at the net.
Hughes back with it and just missed that one. And she will take a seat, and Kate Hancock now into the game for the Cyclones. 11-7, a 4-point run here by Arthur in set number 1. Another serve, gracing the top of the net. And that one actually hit Kate there in the glasses. But all is okay. No broken glasses yet. 12-7, Arthur on top. Back row, Masters dug up front. Heil has to go for it. Kate just gets underneath it to tip it over. Arthur with it now on the near side, set to the middle, returns, fires, and a nice kill. A nice kill by number 17. That was a good hit.
Good hit by Arthur. Kate was up there, but it just went right past her.
13-7 now the score. Arthur on top by 6. Hennard with it now over to Witt. Witt just bounces it over. Going for a set here again. This one's going to be trouble at the net. And I see what the setter was trying to do, but just put it a little too close to that net, and it'll be a side out back to the Cyclones. Miss Grace now back to serve for Cornerstone. And there's some concentration issues going on across the board right now with our team.
Yeah, I think so. Need to dial in here.
Back row, Kinzinger passed up to Heil. Heil near side. Hancock just reaches over and tips it. Dug out nicely. They're going to say that Hancock was in the net. And a side out back to Arthur, 15-8. So what started out as a close set here in the beginning, Arthur has kind of put the gas on. And back row off of Kinzinger's arms. And again, I think this just all goes back to some concentration and some foot movement that's not happening right now.
Cornerstone's going to have to show some perseverance here now.
Hennard with it, passes up to Heil. Sets over to Hennard, fires back row. Dug out nicely. Arthur has to get it across. They do. Kinzinger up to Heil. Heil now over to Hancock. Hancock fires back corner and down, and they're going to say it was just out of bounds.
That was a close one.
That was very close. 17-8. Arthur on a run now. It was tied at 7. Hennard, nice diving save there. It does go over the net. This one's at the net. Going to be problems. 2 hits, they call it. So side out and a point over to the Cyclones, just their second point compared to Arthur's 10 in the last 12 points.
That was a great move by Hennard on that one, just to get it back over and one, and that actually threw Arthur off.
Kate Hancock now back to serve for the Cyclones. Fires across midcourt. This one going off an arm, but the nice save by Arthur. Back across middle, Hennard. Up to Heil. Heil now far side. Wolf just has to tip it over. Return fire out the back, and it'll be a point to the Cyclones. So they need about 6 more like that.
Yeah, and if Cornerstone can get a good hit here, a big block, I can see that this momentum will turn pretty quick. Just like that.
Just like that. Hancock with another nice serve. Just a miss hit by Arthur going out of bounds, and quickly it's 17-11. 6-point Arthur lead here in set number 1 of the JV game. Serve dug out nicely up to the front to the setter. Passes far side right over the net, and a nice tip by number 7, who just reached over and tipped it over the hands of, I believe that was Lizzie Hennard over there.
Yeah, that hit right there from Arthur actually reminded me of a Karis Wolf block, how she can just make it go straight down. And that's what we need right now. We need a big block from Karis.
Speaking of number 7, she's back to serve. Fires backcourt. Let that one go out of bounds, girls. And it'll be a side out quickly back over to the Cyclones. And, you know, you got to be excited to be asked to be a ball girl for a high school game. You know, that was thrilling back in the day.
They look pretty pumped about it.
They were fighting over that ball right there. Carson Witt fires back, and it would have been out, but it returned.
Yeah, that was going to be out.
Fire back row, dug out by Masters, up front to Witt. Witt far side, Hennard reaches back, fires back row. This one going the wrong direction, but a nice save. 7's got to get it across. She does. Masters plays it back up in the air nicely. Back to Hennard. Over to Witt, just taps it over and going to go out of bounds. And see, it's the easy hits like that if we're just trying to get it over, don't try to place it, just get it over.
Yeah, just get it in play. Try to get set up for the next one.
19-12, 7-point Arthur lead here. Set number 1. Nice serve. Braces the net.
That was a rocket of a serve.
That was right over the top of the net and dove off. Eliana Woodman, nice effort there to try to get underneath this one. 20-12 now, and Arthur 5 points away from a set 1 victory. She's got a nice serve.
Yes, she does.
Woodman returned that one and one, going the wrong direction. Arthur's got to get it over. Nice save by Arthur. Masters now up to Witt. Witt set over to Wolf. Wolf just tips this one over. Falls in the middle. Another set near side. Fires over the net. Brought. Nice save by Wolf. Witt keeps it alive over to Hennard. Hennard does get it over. Played nicely here. And reaching across over to Hennard. Now up to Witt. Witt back setting to somebody. That's to Heil. Another set, quick near side, tipped over, 2-hand tip. Back to Woodman, has to go across. Witt does get it back in play. Back up to the setter. Near side set, reaching back, hit this one in the net. And it will be a point to the Cyclones here. Side out, back to us.
That volley was all about perseverance, staying in the game.
That wasn't.
It was not pretty, but
no,
it worked.
Wasn't.
Just get it back on the other side.
This one going the wrong direction. Number 7 brings it up to the net. Setter just bumps it over. Masters now up with it to Witt. Witt middle. Wolf reaches back, fires, and that one's going to go about 3 foot long out the back. And a point back over to Arthur here. 21-13, 8-point Arthur lead. Served by Arthur, dug out by Masters. Up to the front to Witt. Witt back set over to Heil. Heil just took her eye off it at the last minute. And that one's going to fall, and you can tell by the look on her face she wanted that one back.
Yeah, I think like you said earlier, we're just we're not quite focused like we normally are.
Yep.
And we're paying the price.
Nice serve again, dug out by Woodman, over to Masters. Heil now with it. Playing it over, back corner, dug out, just going to bump it over. That one let go, out of bounds. And a side out back to the Cyclones. 22-14 is the score. Cyclones trail by 8. Karis Wolf, if you remember back a couple of games, went on a string, I believe of 7 or 8 points.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about. Here we go.
So we'll see if she has another rabbit in her hat. Reaches back, serves, and I was talking too much. That one into the net and the side out.
What?
It's just it's a little lackadaisical right now. There's not a whole lot of focus, and
You could see by
Yeah.
her, even the way she tossed that ball. It was just, I'm going to flip this up and hit it over.
Yep. 23-14. Arthur 2 points away from a set one victory. Kinzinger back into the game for Wolf. Kinzinger back with it now, up to Witt, and that one passed up into the net. And that, again, pretty challenging for Witt to get to. Arthur needs one. Back row, Kinzinger up with it to Witt. Witt over to Hughes. Hughes reaches over, fires, and a great block by Arthur to put that one away and secure a set one victory, 25-14 here over the Cyclones. And Jeremy, that there it seems to be game by game for these girls. It's like when they're on, they're on. But when they're off, it's just like the train's off the tracks.
Yeah, you could see the way they came out. They just came out flat-footed.
Yep.
Not real excited to be here. I'm not sure what's going on, but maybe it's coming off a fall break. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's, the girls played, last Thursday night, played incredibly, incredibly well. Obviously, everybody's kind of psyched up for that because it's a crosstown rival. Now you've had a long day of school back for one day after a nice long break and then a long drive down here. I think the girls just need to figure out what it's going to take, and you can see Coach right there, trying to get them motivated physically. Guys have to get excited about this. You have to focus on this, and your muscles have to be on edge. And it's just difficult for this group. It really is. Has been all season long.
Yeah, we've seen it many games, and I think Thursday, the key to that game, there was a lot of energy in the room because I think they're excited to be on fall break.
Yep.
They were playing loose. They were having fun, and when they're having fun, they play very good volleyball. And tonight, I think they're just flat.
So the one thing that I did see that I have not seen a whole lot of with this group is that after points, I saw Kate Hancock leading the way a couple times. Karis led the way a couple times, but bringing the girls together in a huddle and just saying, all right, good job, guys, or hey, let's keep it up. Again, I think Coach is trying to instill in them, hey, guys, you've got to stay focused. Forget the crowd sitting out here. Forget the music. You guys have got to come ready to play a game no matter how long the drive, no matter what time of the day. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing what he can to try to instill that in it, but that's something that's got to come from each girl individually.
Yeah, and there has to be a player that rises to the top that can bring that out of the other players and lead them in that.
Yep. Arthur, on the other hand, looks very sharp. They're not the greatest team that we've seen all year long, but they're solid. They're fundamentally solid. Their passing is very good. They've got a very good setter. Their setter is very, very accurate, and their serves are very consistent. You don't see them making a lot of errors.
No, not very many unforced errors from Arthur in that first set at all. We're seeing good fundamental volleyball, and Cornerstone, if they can focus in here, it'll be a better volleyball game.
I see all these Cornerstone parents just walking in, and they all left at the same time we did. They were all down at Yoder's eating dinner.
Well, I know for a fact they were because I saw them on my way out. And they're walking very leisurely into this gym, like they rolled out of the buffet.
It's like that was an awfully long walk from the parking lot to these seats. Oh. All right, so we get set here for set number 2. The officials looking at players, checking the air pressure on the ball, making sure it had just the right poundage. And Carson Witt back to get this one started for the Cyclones. 0-0 here, set 2. Cyclones trail 1-0. Fire back row, dug out by Arthur, up to the front now. Bumped over near side, just reach back, have to hit it long. Back to Masters, up to Witt. Now Witt middle. Wolf reaches back, puts it up. This one blocked, or just bumped up towards the net by the back row and into the net. And so a point quickly over to Cornerstone. Witt with it now again. Witt serve number 2. Back row, dug out, back up to the front. Nice little pass over to the far side, tipped over. Heil dug it out. Witt. And that one has to go across. And again, the set was in between the two hitters, and so neither hitter knew which one it was supposed to go to.
Yeah, one of them needed to call it, and one of them needed to want to go after.
Yep, exactly. 1-1 tied up here. Arthur fires back row. Hancock, two-handed tip over the net, and that was lucky right there.
I think that was self-defense.
That was coming head level right there. 2-1, Cyclones lead here. Hennard back with the serve. Nice dig.
Big block.
Quick set.
Oh.
Yep. Wolf, double hit. Yep. 2 hits. And neither of us were ready for it. We didn't see that one coming either, but a nice job by the setter for Arthur. 2-2. Arthur serves back row. Between two girls. Communication. You have to talk. Exactly. You guys have to communicate out there.
The other thing I noticed about this Cornerstone team is the lineup is mixed up now from what it was Thursday.
It is.
And that throws some of the consistency off.
Lob serve. This one goes over. Nice to Witt. Far side Masters reaches back, fires back row. And that one just out of bounds out the back. But I want to see those hits. I want to see those attacks.
Swing hard.
Yep.
Just get on top of the ball.
Arthur up now 4-2. Serve back row. Hennard up with it to Witt. Witt bumping far side over to Masters. Masters reaches back, puts it right to the back row of Arthur. Set up nicely, middle. Reaches back, tips it, dug out by Hennard. Witt now all over the place, and two people trying to get it. And that was probably Heil's ball right there.
So now we switched to nobody calling it to two people calling it.
Yep. It's got to be a happy medium, but not too bad there as we get a quick side out. And Maris Largent going to sub in here for Natalie Heil, seeing her first action of the night. 5-3 is the score. Arthur on top here in set number 2. Arthur already leads 1-0 here in the JV game. Karis Wolf back to serve, fires cross back row. Up to the front now, setter into the middle. This one's going to be right at the net. And
nice block
Kate
from
Hancock. Yeah, right up at the net. Hancock back with it, up to Witt again. And Hancock reaches back, fires, and that one's right into the top of the net. I didn't see if that was on was a block or was it right into the net?
It was right into the net,
Okay.
but she swung hard. She hammered that one.
It's okay. Let that hit. Let that hit once in a while.
Yeah,
So-
that one needed to be about 6 inches higher to get over the net. And I don't think they would have blocked that one. That would have come off the side.
No, as hard as she hit that one, no.
Yeah, she unloaded on that one.
6-3. Arthur now on top by 3 here in set number 2. Masters with it up to the middle. And Witt over to Masters again. Reaches back, puts that one down. And Masters just, she did not, again, I think it's back to fundamentals. She didn't want to attack that hard. She just wanted to get the ball over and get it in play. And she did exactly that.
Yeah, she didn't jump. She just had a good fundamental hit, good top spin on it, and it went down.
So Heil back into the game now for Largent. Heil serve back row. Dug out by Arthur. Up to the front now. Mid just tips it over. And nice save by Masters. Up in the air by Heil over to Hancock. Hancock just has to get it over on 3. Setter now. Middle. Reaching back. Number 7. Blocked at the net by Hancock, or right at the net. Again, so I can't see the
She was right
see the
there.
net.
They actually hit it in the net, but she was right there. She would have blocked that for sure.
6-5. Cyclones now back within 1. Kinzinger back into the game for Wolf. Heil, nice serve by Heil. Back row. Arthur does get it across. Witt now up to Heil. Heil set. Hancock reaches back, loads, fires, back up in the air. How was that a lift? She hit that with a
It was
fist.
in the net. I couldn't tell if anybody got a hand on it or not. You don't think anybody got a hand on it?
I'm not for
Okay.
sure what was going on there.
But they called it a lift.
Yeah, they did.
Actually, it would have been 2 hits.
Why did nobody? 8-5, 2 points, just like that. Arthur back on top. Kinzinger now up to Heil. Heil, Hancock, tips it over and down right in the middle. And instead of loading up like she had the last couple of times, just decided to send that over one hand just over the front row.
That's a good switch up by Kate on that one.
Masters. Nice serve, just a lob serve to the back row. That's all we need. Just get it in play. Back row, out of bounds. And another quick point to the Cyclones. So Grace, another Cyclone player that is so capable of just going on a service run. Hancock with it and going for the block, but didn't need to do it. And there's your first ace of the night. An ace by Grace.
You have to say that at least once a set, hopefully.
You do. 8-8. Tied up now, front row. Right at the middle, tip, quick over, nice dig by Witt. Heil with it, back row. Kinzinger has to get it across.
Good
she
hit.
does. Setter now, near side, on three, have to get it over. Kinzinger again, back up to Heil. Heil now, over to Witt. Witt reaches back and fires a laser beam, but again, that was all about timing. The set was right there, and her attack was right. Her timing was off, and therefore her trajectory was off. So side out back to Arthur, 9-8 the score.
That was a decent series, though, by Cornerstone. They're starting to hit the ball better, starting to focus in.
Back within one. Arthur back now with it to serve. Back row fires cross court. Dug out by Masters, up front to Heil. Heil now into Hancock. Hancock tip. Dug out nicely by the setter. Another nice tip. Brought up in the air by Heil. This one's going to go over on one and falls. And 9-9 now. Quickly tied up and the side out back to the Cyclones. Wolf comes back into the game for Kinzinger. Back up to that front row. We'll see if Wolf can't get a couple blocks here. Hancock with it now to serve. Back row, brought up. Setter just has to bump it. Back row reaches, fires, and into the net. And the Cyclones see their first lead here in set number 2 at 10-9. Hancock now with serve number 2. Reaches across and hits that one into the net. And back over to Arthur now, tied up at 10. And I like this number 7.
She's got quite the serve.
She does.
So look out.
And a lefty to boot. Masters digs it out back row. Witt now up front to Wolf. Wolf just has to tip it over. Dug out by number 7. Up to the center. Center reaches back, fires, and that one's going to fall inbounds. Inbounds in that back row. And a point back to Arthur. So that lead for Cornerstone, very short-lived. Now 11-10. Arthur back on top. 7 fires, dug out by Kate Hancock. Up to Heil. Over to Hennard. Hennard just tips it. Brought up nicely and easily by Arthur. Tipped over. Masters. Dig. Heil. Set. Back. Witt has to backtrap a little bit and get one hand on it to get it over. Near side. Fires across. Back and out of bounds. And that was blocked at the net or just tipped at the net by either Witt or Wolf, even though it would have been out of bounds. But up at the net, you don't know that. I mean, you're just doing what you're supposed to do up there.
Yeah, and I didn't see that tip, but apparently it was there. I thought it came off the net. But
it was a little bit of a delineation.
Okay.
Number 7 back to serve, let that go, out of bounds, and that will be a point to the Cyclones, as we do have our ball girls back on the stage now. You know, if this internet broadcasting doesn't work out for us, Jeremy, we could always be ball boys.
That's right. That's more our speed, I think.
It is. It is. Carson Witt back to serve. Cyclones trail by 1, 12-11. Witt fires back row. Dug out by Arthur. Far side now, reaching back, just tips it over the middle. Masters with it up front. And I'm kind of speechless on that one.
Well, I'm not sure who the setter was on that series, but nobody act like they wanted to be the setter on that one.
13-11. Back row. Hancock with it now, up at the net. This one's going to go over. Tipped, brought back up the net, and that save bump went into the net and falls on the near side. And we've got a timeout called by Cornerstone, and Morin instantly up off his chair. And I wish I had a microphone right now in there to hear what he was saying. But I can tell his frustration level right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure it would be public access worthy at this point.
Right.
Yeah, they're just taking their eye off the ball right now. They're definitely not more focused than they were the first game. So
Yep. Now here's the one of the frustrating parts is, and I think the most frustrating part is that this team is a very solid team. The potential for them to be very, very good is there. They're lacking small things, and I don't know quite what those small things are, but I think focus is a big one. Focus and I don't know if drive is the right word, but that butterfly in your stomach that you get before a game.
yeah, and JV is just tricky because the coach is playing for some of those players to be playing varsity, so they're not getting as much playing time JV.
Henner does get that one over. Setter now, near side, reaches back, fires. Up in the air, nice dig by Hancock. Over to Wolf. Wolf in the middle. Just tips it over to the back row. Another set right up the middle. This one's going to be trouble in the net. Blocked nicely by Wolf.
Blocked by Wolf.
And there you go. She needs one or two of those.
Yes.
And then she kind of goes on a tear.
Yeah, that kick starts the team.
She gets it from her mom. You know she does. Brought up in the air. Nice dig out by Arthur. Fire cross court. Saved by Hancock. Witt. And she does get a hold of that one, but goes over the net and out of bounds.
Little collision there between Wolf and Witt.
No blood, no foul. 15-12. Arthur on top by 3. Back row, Masters. Up to Witt. Witt, far side, Masters reaches back, fires, and a nice hit by Masters. Up to the net, has to get over. Going to go deep, back row, Hancock. Back up with it to Witt. Now, Wolf reaches back, fires one down. And there's Karras.
That went down. Great kill.
And again, a nice eye just to put it where nobody was at.
And that one went down hard.
It did. 15-13, Cyclones back within 2. Fired by Wolf, back row. This one going to be trouble, falls out of bounds. And Cyclones now back within 1. And this is what happens, though. It takes them till the middle of the second set, and all of a sudden they got a fire underneath of them.
Yeah, keep this going.
Wolf fired again, back row, up to the front. Setter now near side. 8 reaches over and gets it over the net. Wolf digs it out. Witt now back to the middle, has to go over. Hennard calls it. Tips at the back row. Setter right to the middle, reaches back, tips. Nice dig by Witt. And attempted of a save, but just a little bit far out of the reach of Masters. Wolf's going to take a seat. Kinzinger back in for her. 16-14. Arthur with the ball now. And a 1-set lead. Up by 2. Number 21 back to serve for Arthur. Fires. This one's going to be right in the middle. Hennard with it. Up to Witt. Witt now. Hancock has to kind of double jump there and dig that one out. And a nice save. Hancock puts this one down. And lots of hits that I could not see, but it falls on the wrong side of the net. Right side for us, 16-15. And a side out back to the Cyclones.
Good aggressive play there by Kate. She went up a couple different times, and second time did the charm.
16-15. Cyclones down by 1 here in set number 2. Heil, beautiful serve by Natalie. Back row, right up to number 7. Reaches back, dug out by Hennard. Heil, far side Masters, reaches back, and this one just about 4 foot long out the back of the court as well. But again, let's keep setting up and let our hitters hit. That's the way to do this.
Yeah, the timing was just off on that one.
17-15. Arthur on top. That one out of bounds. Side out, back to the Cyclones, 17-16 here. And Dave Wolf, what does Dave Wolf have to say? You jinxed her. I bring you some peach pie. You just yelled at me, then you want me to bring you some peach pie, Dave Wolf. Has to go over, go in the wrong direction. And again, we had 2 people going for it. So, we got multiple people going for it now, but everybody's got to get a little louder. 18-16, 2-point Arthur lead. Back row, Kinzinger. Passed up to Heil. Near side, Kate. That's going to be trouble right at the net. And that set was she's up there. That was passed perfectly. She's got to set that and not bump that up.
Yeah, that set was right over top of the net, and it was up for anybody's grabs. What do we call? We're getting the ball back.
I'm not for sure. Oh, they're going to say Arthur was over the net.
Okay.
So regardless, that's going to be our point. So it's now 18-17 and our ball. Interesting change there. Hancock back with it, back row. This one brought up to the setter, near side, just has to tip it over. They do, in the middle, Hancock with it, up to Heil. Heil, nice set. Wolf reaches back,
there
blocked and down. Another nice kill by Karis Wolf. She gets her height from her mom, too. Hancock with it, back row. Nice serve.
Hey, wow.
And Kate Hancock with an ace. And Arthur with the timeout here. So this is the question is going to be, how do you get this level of play from your team in the first set? That's been our season-long goal.
I think it has to come from a teammate that gets the team focused right off
Fired
the bat.
up, yep.
Get them fired up, get them focused, and you got to come out swinging.
Yep.
And they just come out flat-footed so many times, and like you said, they wake up in the middle of the second set, and
right.
Normally by that time it's too late. But hopefully we can see some perseverance. You may not get your Yoders tonight. But
I would be okay with no Yoders, but, secretly I wouldn't be okay, but I'm going to say it on air that I would be okay. How's that? So in right now, we've got Hancock, Masters, Heil, Witt, Hennard, and Wolf. Cyclones have a 19-18, a 1-point lead here in set number 2. Arthur leads 1-0 here. Cyclones have to win this to force a set number 3. Arthur on 3 has to get it across. They do. Masters, nice dig. Up to Heil. Reaches back Hennard, and Hennard just hits this one off the side of her hand and out of bounds, and it'll be a side out back to Arthur. 19-19, all tied up. Number 7 back to serve. And that one serves into the net, so a quick side out back to the Cyclones. 2019, this has the makings of a 26-24, 27-25 game.
I think you're right.
Carson Witt back to serve. Fires back row, dug out, and this one's going to be trouble. Has to get over. They do. Nice save by Arthur. Back row Masters up to Witt. Witt far side now over to Hennard. Hennard fires. Saved. One hit over the net. Back to Witt. Witt now back to the middle. Wolf puts it down right into the back row. And number 17 for Arthur fires across court. This one into the net. Going to be trouble. And the net is always trouble for these girls. It always is on both sides.
Yeah, once that ball gets so low, it's nearly impossible to bring that one back up.
You've got to practice that somehow, and I don't know how you do it. Of all my years of coaching volleyball.
Still working on that
2020 Wolf with it now, back to the back row. Nice set right to the middle up front. Tips it over, and a great read by number 24 from Arthur, as she wasn't going to challenge Karis, and both jumped at the same time and just said, doop, I'm just going to put it right over your hands.
Yeah, that was a good play.
Number 17 back to serve. Arthur now on top by 1. Back row, Hancock with it. Hennard has to go over Masters. Fires back row. Nice save by Masters. Back up the front. Reaches across, and a nice kill by number 12. So back-to-back nice plays here by the front row from Arthur. And they've stretched the lead out here to 22-20 here in set number 2.
Yeah, Arthur coming alive here. They have made some unforced errors, but now they're coming back alive. That was a great hit.
It was a very nice hit. 22-20. Arthur up by 2 here in set number 2. Serve, back row. Hennard up to Witt. Witt setting across to Wolf. Wolf fires, middle. That one set up nicely here by Arthur. Reaching back, tipped, long one to the back row. Masters up to Witt. Witt now, far side, Hennard reaches across. Nice hit by Lizzie. In play. out of bounds, and it'll be a side out and a point to the Cyclones. 22-21. Cyclones back within 1.
Cornerstone still in this. They got a real shot here. We need Lizzie to go on a little run.
Perfectly capable of it. Nice serve by Lizzie, little knuckleballer. Back to the middle, fired back row, out of bounds. That one out of bounds.
Coach called it out, and I think it actually...
You called it out.
He did call it out initially, and then the side judge
overruled it.
Overruled him.
23-21. Side out back to Arthur. Arthur back up by 2. Back row, Hancock. Up to the Witt. Witt, far side. Masters reaches back. Fires. Nice dig by Arthur. They've got a nice back row, too. Quick tip. Witt, nice save. Back over the net. Back set, reaching over, backside, and probably could have let that one go as well.
That one might have went out. Witt just stuck her arm out trying to save it.
And Arthur is going to have match point. 24-21 here, and set number 2. Arthur already leads 1-0. Still more Cornerstone people walking in from Yoder's. It's just not fair.
With no pie in their hand.
No pie in hand. 24-21. That one's going to sail along. And it is going to be Karis Wolf, of all people, back, and we're going to need 3 from her. Actually, 4. Sorry.
This could go 26-24 right here.
Karis Wolf now. Nice serve up to the front. Reaches back. Tip. Dug out nicely. Great save by Masters. Getting that one over. Into the net. Masters again with it. One-armed it over the net. Setter up. Nice try to block by Wolf. Back row. Witt now with it. Over to Wolf. Far side. Masters reaches over. Tips. And a great save again. Hancock with it.
Battle at the net.
What a net battle. Back row. Wolf with it. Hancock has to go over. Not going to happen.
Wow, that was exciting.
That was a nice last point rally. And Arthur Christian comes out on top here in set number 2, 25-22, and pulls up a victory tonight here on their home court.
And we get to do the little hand slap
And
here.
look at this. I've missed this. So Jessica, she gets her height from you. Is that correct? Okay. All right.
And her jumps. What'd she say? I think she said she gets her jumps from her, too.
Arthur Christian pulling out victory here tonight. And Jeremy, we talked about it a couple times, not to rehash it, but second set played with much more energy than the first set was. And I think if you were to put 2 of those together, this game might be a little bit different.
Yeah, too little, too late. They need to kickstart it right out of the gate.
Yep.
One of the things I think that affects a JV team, as Arthur's cheering as they go out, I think what affects them is their lack of consistency. So a lot of the players on the JV team play varsity as well. And so the coach likes to give them a little bit of a rest. Kate did not start, and that's because they're saving her for varsity.
Yeah.
And Witt is playing a different position for JV than what she plays for varsity. That starts to mix up your consistency. So the JV is going to pay a little bit of a price for a varsity, just being prepared to go with the varsity game.
Well, I was watching too. There have been moments where, and I tell you what, can we talk to you? Can we talk to you for a second? You came to the wrong spot in the bleachers.
Yeah, we have a coach here.
So we've got Coach Bailey Hampton here, and Coach Hampton, we were just talking about how do you coach the energy and focus and desire to play the way they did towards the second half of that second set in the first set?
That's a good question. It's what I've been trying to figure out all season long. I just told them in that breakout, I said the reason they lost that game, their skills are, comparable, if not better than Arthur. They've beat teams that are played better than that. And I told them, I said, the reason you lost that game is because you didn't talk until the last quarter of that second set. And I don't know how to coach it into them. I don't know how to motivate them. I've been trying all season. So.
Well, if you can figure out junior high girls or high school girls, you let me know, because I can't figure them out either. But, again, we were talking too, this is what's frustrating, I guess, the most about this is that we've got a very, very, very good team. It's just getting them to put it all together in one night to make it all happen. And we've only seen it once or twice this season where they've really been on since the get-go. But then you have rallies and digs and hits like we're coming on towards the end of that second set, I mean, it's a little bit too little too late.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. So anyone who wants to figure out how to get them to fire up, tried everything.
Did they go to Yoder's Kitchen beforehand?
You know what?
I don't think they did.
Yeah,
Did
my
Grace?
my daughter did, so I may be a little bit to blame for
but
coming.
Grace played well. But Grace played
But we
well.
didn't let her eat the buffet. We made her eat just a sandwich. So
Did she
I
get a
don't know.
piece of pie?
She did not get pie. No pie for
Okay,
Grace.
all right.
So it's his fault we lost.
It's Jeremy's fault. Absolutely. I love it. Perfect. Great job.
Good game, Coach.
So the junior high, again, that's the thing. Trying to figure out how to make this all come together through an entire set. So it's frustrating, but they've got they've got 3 games left here in the season, I believe. I think it is 3 or 4. 3 games.
Yeah, I think it's 3.
Um,
We have the Greenview game that's coming back that got postponed.
That's right. So tomorrow night we're going to be at home. Remember who we're playing? It's actually our very first game together. It was Champaign Uni High.
Oh, yeah, Uni High's tomorrow
Uni
night.
High's tomorrow night at home. And then we've got a game again on Friday. So,
And Friday is Springfield Christian.
Springfield Calvary.
Springfield Calvary, yep.
Springfield Calvary. So we've been road warriors here this year. There's been a lot of long road games. My daughter was even saying, she goes, it was way different when you were playing junior high ball and there was only one game and it started at like 5 o'clock and everybody was home by 7:45.
Not tonight, my
no,
friend.
It doesn't work like that.
It's going to be a late one.
10:30. Well, got a few minutes before this varsity game gets started. We'll have this one back for you. But in game number 1, just to recap, our girls from Cornerstone fall in 2 straight sets to Arthur Okaw and drop the set tonight. We'll have more for you coming up here in just a few minutes. Stay tuned for the varsity game. parents listening?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I think they have people over for dinner, and they informed me that she's going to watch, too.
This is not an optional thing. It's just mandatory.
I know, it's like, this is what we do during dinner. You're going to watch volleyball. Yeah. And Chad's watching. Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Upside. So, David, I think, sorry, I didn't mean to. I wouldn't open that right away. It's either a ground issue somewhere. Like there's a ground fault protection that's kicking in on the sub itself. Okay, well here's the electrician. Home theater system, brand new. It's good equipment, really good high-end equipment. It's certain frequencies and certain volumes, and the sub shuts off for ground fault protection. The whole system shuts off.
bless their community. Lord, I thank you so much for all that you do for us, for being a good, good Father. In Jesus' name, amen.
Well, good evening again to everybody out there. And welcome back to Arthur. As you just had the national anthem there before our varsity match from tonight's game. They're going to go through starting lineups here for Cornerstone. So first off the bench is number 5, Anna Hancock. Next one, our big girl in the middle, number 7, Lauren Unruh. And Carson Witt, you saw her all game long in the JV game. And I didn't see, was that Adrian Gary?
That was not, I was sleeping. I'm
see it.
sorry.
I didn't see it.
Are you waking me up?
Sorry, wake up a little bit there. All right. And Damarajan, they got her name right. Jenny, the rock of this team. So you've got Halverson, Hitteman, Smith, and it was Webb. Sorry.
Haley Webb.
Haley
I'm
Webb.
sorry. I was sleeping there. Sorry, I let you down.
And no, I let myself down. I was daydreaming there for a second. I was thinking, I'm reading the starting lineup as slow as they're announcing. This is not great. Arthur Oka, it is senior night tonight for Arthur. And she is a tall drink of water right there. Probably stands about 6'8". They've got a couple tall girls up here. I believe from my conversation out in the hallway, I believe this squad is undefeated on the season thus far.
I believe that. Yeah, just based on playing them earlier this year.
And it is senior night tonight for Arthur. But it looks like we're going to roll right into this. So, according to my watch, it is... It is 7:10. Going to be hard pressed to make a Yoder stop tonight.
Yeah. If this goes 2, we get out of here at about 8.
We might be half. Yeah, it depends on how fast we can throw this stuff in a box. I should have just dropped Aubrey off and ran over there myself. If you've never had Yoder's Kitchen, it's fantastic. It's like your grandmother used to make.
I can now attest to it.
Pies are as good as Busy Corner over in Springfield. Yes, I did say it. Busy Corner. And I love handshakes. So nice to have them. All right. I've got the thinner, more hair official now on the stand in front of me. Which means I got a better view of the net. Olivia Smith starts the game and then takes a seat quickly on the bench for Jenny, our libero. You'll see her come right back in, though, here in about 2 cycles. Arthur's going to start out with the ball. 0-0. Here we go in set number 1 of the varsity game of the night. And Arthur starts off serving. Serve back row. Dug out by Webb. Over to Hitteman. Now Hitteman far side. Carson Witt. Witt turns around and hits the top of the net. And that one deviates out of bounds, and it'll be a point to Arthur.
I thought that one looked good by Witt, and I actually thought maybe one of the Arthur girls got a hand on it.
Dug out by Webb. Up to Hitteman. Hitteman now far side. Witt. Witt gets another swing at that one, and that one goes out of bounds long. Serve. Dug out by Webb. Over to Unruh. Unruh now gets it across. Now set up middle. Reaching back. Fires. Nice dig by Webb there. Blocked right up at the net by number 6. And she's tall. She can jump. She hits very well. She's going to be their big weapon tonight.
And Coach, I think, wanted Unruh to go up after it as well.
Damarajan now up to Hitteman. Hitteman, quick tip over. That one's going to turn and fall. And nobody was expecting that. And a great job by Hitteman just to tip that one over and get a quick side out.
Yeah, that was a good look by Hitteman just to see that they were a little scrunched together there. Just hit it in the crowd.
Olivia Smith into the game now for Webb. Back row serve. Anna Hancock up to the net.
There we go.
Unruh up in the air. And puts it down on the far side. And 3-2. 2 quick points here by the Cyclones.
That's the kind of aggressive play that we're going to need to be able to compete with this type of a team.
Anna Hancock, nice serve, back row. Setter now up middle, looking deep, fires.
Wow, what a kill.
I think that's what the team wanted to see, is how hard she could hit it. And they did right
and
there.
Now they don't want to see it again.
No. Jess Halverson now into the game. So is Callista Hammer. Back row, Damarajan. Over to Halverson. Unruh just tips it over. Far side setter. Here we go. Right in the
Look
middle.
out.
Fire. Back row out of bounds.
That one went long.
And, you know, it might not be a bad idea to see how consistent she is. Let her hit a few.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's let Olivia Smith get up in her face a little too, I think.
And Unruh, look at Coach.
She's saying,
I don't want to bother Lauren, but Coach was like, really? What was that? They both knew right off the bat that that was not what they wanted. Dug out nicely by Halverson. And Hitteman back over to Halverson. Halverson over the net. Played nicely. Yep, here we go. Set up in the middle. Turn, fire, back, and should have let that one go. Hitteman with one arm. Going to fall out the back. And 6-3. The point over to Arthur. So number 6, big number 6. I'm going to get her name because Laura Witt did send all that to me. Back row, Damarajan now up to Hitteman. Hitteman backside over to Carson Witt. Carson
great hit.
With a great cross-court kill.
Good angle on that one from Witt. Ava Yoder. She's been eating at Yoder's restaurant.
Ava Yoder. Okay, she probably owns the restaurant. Maybe she'll do me something good if I give her a couple good calls here. All right, back row, Carson Witt now up to the front, number 9. Far side, reaches back, let that go out of bounds. Great dive by Callista Hammer. And that would have been very close.
Yeah, that was
very
close. Good effort by Callista, though.
Nice serve, 7-4 now. Damarajan up to Witt. Witt to the middle.
Oh,
Olivia Smith.
nice hit by Olivia.
Back to the middle. Number 5 reaches, digs out. Nice
Good
dig
dig
by Hammer. Witt with it. Just going to get it over the net. Played up in the air. Number 8 now setting to the middle. Fired. Let that one go out of bounds. And that one will go out of bounds and a side out and point over to the Cornerstone. 7-5.
And Ava Yoder is hammering that ball. She has to have some college recruits looking at her.
That's awesome is what it is. Jess Halverson back to serve. Fires back row. Dug out nicely. Quick set, number 5. Reaches back row, out of bounds. And a point to the Cyclones. 7-6 now, the score. So you've got Karis Wolf now into the game, along with Anna Hancock and Olivia Smith up in that front row. Carson Witt in as your setter. Damarajan and Halverson in the back right now. So Karis Wolf, she has blossomed as a volleyball player in the last 6-8 months. And coach is recognizing that. Now she's getting varsity playing time. Back row now, Damarajan. This one has to go across. Anna Hancock tips this one up in the net. And tried to hit it cross court. Sorry, I had to cough COVID. And it falls on the side of Cornerstone. So a side out back to Arthur. 8-6, Arthur on top by 2. Back row, Damarajan. Up to Witt, now to the middle. Olivia Smith hammers to the back row. And a great save by Yoder. Now back up the net. And again, those bumps that go from the back row to the net are killer.
Those are
they
trouble.
Really are.
Every time those are trouble. I still want them to get up and just tip that over before it gets close to the net.
Nice serve, back row. Hancock up to Witt. Loading up Smith. Fires back row into the corner, and that one just out of bounds. And it'll be a point over to Arthur. So one more side out, and number 6 rotates back up front. And Ava Yoder is a force that not like what we've seen this year.
That's good.
Nice tip there by Carson Witt. And that one falls right on the line, so it'll be a side out back to the Cyclones. Unruh comes back into the game for Olivia Smith. Damarajan now back to serve. 10-7, back row.
Oh,
this one
great
going the wrong
serve.
way. Yep.
That was a liner.
Jenny Damarajan. Nice serve. 10-7 now the score. Cyclones trail by 3. 10-8. Nice serve again.
Another one.
Yoder, nice save. Far side, reached across, tipped up in the air by Webb. Damarajan now up to the front row. Anna Hancock just gets it over. Setting up to the middle. Far side, fired.
Oh,
block
good block.
That was Karis Wolf. Back row, up in the air by Witt. Damarajan now. Wolf has to get it across. She does. And this one's set near side, reaches back, fires. Blocked again in the net. And that's 4 hits on the side of Arthur. And that's why Karis Wolf is wearing a black jersey.
Absolutely. So she brings such a force to that net on those blocks.
Damarajan, another great serve. She is on tonight. This one has to get over. It does. Dug out. Just off the side of Jenneny's hand. 2 people dove for it. Carson Witt and Jenneny. And it'll be a side out now back to Arthur. 11-9. Arthur up by 2. And number 6 is back up in the front row. So Cyclones have to be aware here. Just a quick tip, blocked at the net by Ava Yoder. That's why they're undefeated.
Yeah, she's a force to be reckoned with.
Dug out nicely. Anna Hancock. Witt, near side. Karis Wolf just puts it up and over. Cross court. Played nicely. Tipped up. And a nice tip by number 5 to put that one right in front of the back line of Cornerstone. 13-9. And this is kind of where the JV team went on a run for Arthur at about this score in the first set. Witt now. Unruh just has to reach over and hit it across. They do. Played up in the air. Nice save. Number 5 has to get it over. Great block at the net. That one's up in the air. Another set. Number 5 has to get it across again. Out of bounds. Out of bounds, and that will be a point. And a side out back to the Cyclones. And you can see, I've seen a couple times when Unruh has kind of gotten that fire in her eyes, like, all right, we can both play at this.
Yeah, we need her to keep that.
Yep.
And her and Wolf both were at the net for a couple of key blocks on the last series.
Karis Wolf coming out of the game, taking a break, but a couple of nice blocks, just as Jeremy said. This serve goes into the net. And it is a side out back to Arthur. 14-10 now. Serve back row. Damarajan. Hit him in. Far side Witt. Reaches over, fires back row, and Witt just needs to, you're gonna see the coach putting his hand up and kind of tipping that down. Arthur with the serve again. Back row. Hancock. Hit him in. Here goes Unruh. Fires cross court right at head level. And that was a rocket, too.
Yes, it was. 2 can play at this game.
15-11. Side out back to the Cyclones.
Unruh timed that one just right.
Yep.
And put it down.
Nice serve. Back row going the wrong direction. Played up in the air. Have to get it over. What a save! Holy cow. Unruh. Quick tip. Down and out of bounds. And Lauren Unruh, she's up for the challenge tonight.
Here we go.
15-12. Cyclones back within 3. Hancock back to serve. Grazes top of the net. Brought up front. Here we go. Up, near side. Great
Big
block.
block. Big
Hey,
block.
there we go. And Unruh with a nice block. Unruh and Witt up at the net there.
Good time jump on that from Unruh and Witt.
15-13. Cyclones served again. Back up front. Here we go. Loads, fires, back row on the line. What just.
That was close.
Yep, that was so close. Wasn't hit overly hard, but it was very precise. So side out back to Arthur here, and the kind of that momentum, you feel that wind kind of coming out of that sail there. We'll get it back, though. 16-13. Cyclones trail by 3. Back row, lob serve, Damarajan up to the front. Hit him in now. Unruh, just quick tip over the net. Brought back up her tip. She saw Yoder coming up to the net, and she tried to tip it off to the side, and it didn't quite make it over the net. Another nice serve, back quarter. Callista Hammer up with it, hit him in now. Far side, Halverson back up to the net. Here's Yoder again, fires. Holy cats.
You're not going to stop that one. When
Holy
she gets that timing down, it is going down.
That's fun to watch. I don't care what team you're on. That's fun to watch. And a timeout here. So this is a question that I've got. So you know you've got this force over on the other side. How do you take that advantage away? What do you do?
You keep putting Unruh and Wolf at the net and getting hands up in her face every single time. Make her start to think, when I'm going for a kill, I've got hands in my face.
So you see, Unruh's probably the best jumper of the two of them, but you've got Wolf who's just like a magnet for the blocks.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is that's special, because Unruh times her jumps perfectly. Wolf is just there, though.
Yeah.
So there's an inherent sense that she's got of when to jump and where to put her hands. You got to leave her up at the net all night long.
Yeah, that's what I think about Wolf. She's not jumping out of her shoes or anything, but she knows how to time it just right, and she does have an instinct that you can't teach somebody.
And Olivia Smith, who I think has probably the best hands when it comes to being able to play ambidextrous. So she can play left-handed, right-handed. You see her hitting with both hands. I'd like to see her up at the net. You put those 3 up in that front row, and you get Carson Witt or Hideman setting to them. You've got a nice concoction there of a front row. But I don't know how else you match up to this girl.
No, we're going to have to be clicking on all cylinders to be able to stop that machine.
18-13, far side, Halverson. Hits
There
cross
it
court.
is!
And a great hit by Jess Halverson. Putting it cross court into the corner. And a point over to the Cyclones.
Great hit right into the back right corner.
So you got Olivia Smith back in there now, too. Like to see Wolf get in. Calling for sub. Coach was calling for sub. He's either hungry or he's got a player that wants to come in.
Enthusiastically calling for a sub.
So you've got Hancock now coming in. Hancock's coming in for Unruh. So
Coach wanted
Yep.
a different server on that one.
Near side to the middle. Fired back row. Dug up in the air. This one's going to be trouble. What
Great
a great save by
save.
Carson Witt.
Oh, look out. Get up.
the net. Smith. Nice block. Reached back over. Dug out nicely by Hideman. Back now far side. Halverson back corner. Played nicely.
Oh, good play.
This is going to have to make it over, and it does. Witt now. Back with it again. Right to the middle. Nope. Back to Witt. Witt fires cross court. Dug out. Again. Nice series
Get
here
up.
by both teams. Oh!
Smart play.
And just hung on to it just like a floater would in basketball.
So we had hands in her face like we needed to, and
Yep.
she just played it smart and tipped it off to the side.
So Smith, Hideman, and Witt up front, and Halverson, Hammer, and Damarajan back row. Yoder with the nice serve for Arthur. Arthur up by 5, 19-14. Back row for Arthur. Back up the front. This one's going to be
Get
trouble
up.
at the net. Nice dig. She's going to get called. They're going to call us in the net. And they're calling Carson Witt in the net there. 20-14. Arthur now up by 6. Yoder, back row. Nice serve. She's got a great serve, too. Witt now, back row, reaches, fires
Oh,
across.
good angle.
What a nice save by Arthur, though. Far side, and Olivia Smith, back row. Back up front, near side, number 25 hits, dug out by Damarajan. Now up to Hitteman. Far side, Halverson, cross court, save. Back up in the air by number 8. Into the middle again. Here you go, hammer, out of bounds. That one didn't get touched, and it'll be a side out and a point over to the Cyclones. So Yoder's in the back row right now, but there are 4 back there, so she could come up depending on how this rotation works. Cyclones need to get back in this. Down by 5 here in set number 1. Witt back to serve. Nice serve. Brought up in the air. Number 8 with it. Now far side, reaches across, and a cross-court kill attempt goes wide, and a point to the green.
I'm finding myself holding my breath over here. I got to breathe here
Just
sometimes.
It's fun to watch 2 teams play like this. This one goes long for Carson.
And you can't do that against a good team
Nope.
like Arthur.
Nope, can't do it. Nice serve, back row, Damarajan. Up to Witt now. Witt to the middle. Olivia Smith fires, back row, dug out. Saved by Arthur. They got to get it across. They do. What a great save by Hammer. Now Damarajan. Near side, Callista has to get it across. She does. Up to the front row again. Into the middle. Here we go. Fired down, back row. Witt.
Somebody in the net.
And they're going to say 4-0, 0-4. Not sure.
I do not know.
Wow. Don't know. Witt now, far side, over to Wolf. Back up the front, near side hit, fire cross, dug out. What a great save by Damarajan. Far side Hammer. Hammer with it now, back to the middle. Backside set, cross blocked at the net.
Good block by
and
Smith.
that one's going to fall. And, you know, these girls, the girls have come to play tonight. You know, this has been a hard-fought first set, but the girls are in this game.
Yeah, they're up for the challenge. Coming off last weekend for the championship in Springfield at the tournament.
Alverson, nice serve, backside. Damarajan now, up to Witt. Witt over to Smith. Smith loads, fires, back row. Yoder with the save. Backside, far side hit, back to the back row. Damarajan now up to Witt. Witt, far side, Anna Hancock, reaches, tips, and she said that twice now tonight, where she's went just to tip it over the net, and it hasn't quite gotten over. Haley Webb back into the game. Back row. Anna Hancock set up over Smith, and Smith just missed that one. And we're going to have set point here for Arthur, 24-17. And Morin wants a timeout. And he's pulling some people aside. So, you know, the girls have I'm going to say this about Wolf. As a freshman, being up there at the net and not having any fear and just going at it. Her weakness, and I think Coach has this, is pulls her out at couple certain points, is when she comes in as an outside hitter. She hasn't mastered that jump attack yet, like you see some of the girls have. I think when she gets that, she'll be playing all the time.
Oh, yeah. She'll be a force, just like we're seeing this Arthur, number 6. She will be a force like that.
Yep.
Right now, she is a force at the net with her blocking, and she does some good tips, but if she can get her timing down to kill that ball, she will be a force.
So she's a great compliment to Olivia Smith as well in the middle there, and Smith also a great blocker. And then Unruh, who is incredibly solid but streaky at times, can be streaky depending on her motivation, I guess, at the time. I don't even know if that's the right word.
She just has her ups and downs.
Yep. That serve for Arthur's going to go long. The ball boys this time going to fight for it. We'll see if we got a tackle. We do on the stage. And red shirt wins out over blue shirt on the fight for the volleyball on the stage.
That was a wrestling match.
We'll call that one a little bit later. Damarajan back to serve, back row. This one going the wrong direction for Arthur. They've got to get it over. They do in 3. Back dug out by Damarajan. Witt now. Far side. Anna Hancock loads, fires, blocked at the net.
And Anna unloaded
And
on that one. We got the point on that
We got
one.
the point at
Yeah.
that. I didn't see it because I can't see the net where I'm
It
sitting.
ricocheted off of Arthur and went into the antenna.
24-19. Cyclones down by 5. Another nice serve by Damaraj.
Yes.
Problems at the net. This one's going to go up and out of bounds. And 24-20.
And that's Karis's signature move right there. When
Yep.
she goes up for a block, she doesn't just block it. She blocks it straight down.
Yep. And she stays out of the net doing it.
Yeah.
So Damarajan again, serve back row. This one up at the front. Far side now. Arthur fires back row. Nice dig
Get up.
by Webb. And that problem again up at the net by the setter, and that one's going to fall. Yep, and Coach saying it too. 25-20. Arthur's going to take set number 1. And the Cyclones got another set here. But they're going to have to play 3 now if they want to have any chance at it tonight. So the Cyclone varsity team has won 5 straight matches now.
Yes. So they won the tournament last Saturday. They got first place, and then they won Thursday against Calvary.
Yep.
And they were looking very good against Calvary. Coming off of that tournament was a big morale booster for them. And they need to play that out. But they've had a long weekend here, and we just need to get it going again.
So I will say this: I have not seen Adrian Gary come into this.
No, she has
yet.
not yet had any playing time.
It's a little surprising, but Coach is. One thing I've learned from Coach Morin is he doesn't really have a set starting lineup. It will vary from week to week based on your performance in practice and your performance in games prior, and again, he's going to weigh the opponents that we're up against too, and play position players according to what he's seeing from the other team.
Yeah, and that setter position has moved around all season, even throughout matchups here, is moving between Hideman and Witt and Gary.
So I did not run down the starting lineup for Arthur. I will do that now. Jody Coons is number 1. Chloe Mast, number 2, the daughter of the headmaster here. Leanna Kaufman, number 5. Number 6, Ava Yoder. She's the one that hits the ball and hurts people when she does. Number 7, Selah Gregory. She played JV. Alana Cutler, number 8. Keisha Miller, number 9. Selah Wheeler. So both Selahs play JV and varsity, number 12. Number 17 is Caitlin Paris. Number 21, Deanna Graber. Number 23, Haley Rhodes. And number 25, Victoria Sisney. So talking about the Arthur squad, again, nobody stands out on that squad except number 6. You've got a bunch of solid role players that play very well at what they do. They're consistent. But you don't have a star. The only star you've got on the team is number 6.
Yeah, and I haven't paid much attention to their setter. They had a good setter on the JV, and I'm not sure if she's setting for varsity or not. I haven't really paid attention. But number 6 needs a good setter for her to do what she does. And so I'm thinking that setter has to be pretty good.
And I don't think people quite realize how good number 7 is on our team either. I mean, Unruh is, when she is on, she's right up there with the best of them. She really is.
Yeah, she is. She needs some good sets.
Yep.
And they need to get their timing down. That consistency is so key between that setter and the hitter.
And we have, when you've got people like Superwoman Carson Witt that plays both games all the time, and you really could put her at any position on the court, and she does very well, and she excels at it, but she's still a freshman. And so there's still a lot of growing and a lot of strengthening that happens between now and her senior year. So there are going to be small mistakes that are made.
Yeah, Cornerstone is definitely still maturing as a volleyball team. So we see big things coming. We'd like to see it this year, but they're still maturing.
Yep. 0-0 here, start of set number 2. And speaking of, Witt, Superwoman, back to serve. And a little timeout here. Coach is looking for a sub. He's trying to see who he's got in the game right now. I think he asked Karis who she was. Now the official's over there explaining she's the blonde one, front row. You've got her down in there. Coach is like, yeah, I know, but I don't remember anything because I'm old. And officials, yep. Now you got this. Oh, that didn't feel good.
Blowing their subwoofer out.
All right, here we go. 0-0 set number 2. Cyclones have to win or go home. That serve going to go long and out of bounds. And a side out over to Arthur here, 1-0. Back row, Damarajan now up to Witt. Far side, Olivia Smith fires. Drop down. Back up to the middle. Ava Yoder.
Oh,
what a
good block! Do it again.
Back in the middle, a block again. There you go, girls. Olivia Smith and Karis Wolf up at the net. Anna Hancock turns. Third time she's done that tonight. And just puts that right into the top of the net. Coach Morin over there saying, let's go, let's go. 2-0 now. Arthur up here in set number 2. Fires, lob, back row. Damarajan digs it right at the net and right to Yoder.
Yeah.
She really didn't even have to jump. Just put her hand up in the air and go like that.
Put it back in one, but don't put it back to her.
Right. 3-0 now. Smith, Damarajan, far side, Wolf. Wolf up in the air. Little juggling going on by Arthur. Fires back. Nice dig by Damarajan. Far side, Anna Hancock fires, and she's either been short or long tonight.
Now she's gun shy, so coach is probably going to take her out, and that's what he's doing.
So now you've got 3. There they are. You've got Unruh, Wolf, and Smith up front right now. Witt now over to Smith. Smith fires. Dug out. This one's going to be trouble at the net. Serve back.
Oh, big
Yoder
block by Smith.
Going back over. Yoder has to get it across. She does, and perfectly, so nonchalantly, just like I see that spot over there. I'm going to put it right there.
You know, it's almost like the run play setting up the pass play.
That was impressive. It really was. She's solid. 5-0, and Arthur now leads here in set number 2. And this is an Arthur squad that I would love see play a Tremont. I would love to watch that game.
Yeah.
I really would.
One thing about Arthur, though, I do not believe that they actually play in postseason play because they are not. They've taken themselves out of the IHSA postseason.
That is correct. They only play conference play. And you know what? I'm going to leave my personal feelings on that, but I think you're going to see a lot more of that as time goes on. Some of these smaller schools, because of some of the things that are coming down the pipe in society and in public schools, you're going to see more and more private schools that are going to say, you know what, we're gonna put our foot in the ground, and it might cost us some things, but you're going to see that happen more and more, I think.
Yeah, and I can see that, and they can kind of prove themselves in the ECIC.
Yep.
And like number 6, I'm not surprised if she's got college recruits looking at her. I mean, she's that good. She doesn't need postseason play to prove herself.
Trying to look and see if they got clipboards out here tonight. Witt now with it. Far middle, Olivia Smith.
Oh,
nice
she
hit
puts
by
it
Olivia.
Down.
She can hit, when her timing is on, she can hit with the best of them.
Yes, she can.
And Anna Hancock coming back in. So first point of the second set here for the Cyclones.
And we've got Wolf and Smith up front, so hopefully we can get some blocks.
And Karis getting all the playing time she wants tonight. And she's had something like 11 blocks already this evening. Nice dig by Halverson. Going to go the wrong direction, out of bounds, though. Stretched out on the ground for it. But a side out and point back over to Arthur. 6-1. Serve dug out by Damarajan. Up to the front. Witt. Far side, Halverson.
Oh, good angle.
Yep. Nice angle off the hands into the crowd, and a side out back to Cornerstone. However, they need to put some points together here. We can't keep trading back and forth, so we'll see what Olivia Smith can do. Smith, kind of a little bit awkward serve for her. Far side, near side, just tipped over. Nice dig. That one going out of bounds, though. And Halverson tried to save that, but saved it a little bit long. Again, great effort, though. We're getting on the ground for balls. And Yoder back to serve. No jump serve from her, which is a little bit shocking.
It is.
Damarajan Up to the net. This one in trouble for Arthur. They do get it across. Damarajan again up to Witt. Far side, Halverson reaches back, fires. Played up in the air, set near side, fired back row. Damarajan up in the air with it. Witt now back to the middle. Kate Hancock just has to get this one across. Back up front, fire across middle, and Anna Hancock reaches and slides backwards for that. But it will go the way of the Conquering Riders.
Haley Webb coming in now for Anna Hancock. Yeah, number 6 doesn't have a fancy serve, but
no, she doesn't.
Good fundamental.
And that's something that will hold her up in college. Not that we're recruiting or anything, but near side, tipped over, dug out. Nice save by Witt. Damarajan now. Far side, Halverson. Cross court. She's done that a couple times. Going off the hands, out of bounds. And a side out back to the Cyclones, 8-3. Cyclones down by 5.
Halverson definitely on tonight. I can see setting to her more often this set.
Hideman back into the game for Wolf for serving purposes here. Hideman, nice serve. Nice drop off right in the middle of the court. Near side reaches back, fires cross court out of bounds. And a point to the Cyclones, 8-4.
Closing the gap now a little bit.
So that was funny. Natalie Heil just grabbed the ball out of the basket of balls back there instead of the one that went underneath. So this is not a game-licensed ball. Tipped over, back row. Hideman back up in the air. Damarajan or Witt, either one of them. Back across Halverson. Back corner!
Boom, nice.
And a little lob shot. That hits the near back corner out of bounds, and Morin's laughing about that one too. 8-5. Cyclones back within 3. Hit him and served again. This one trying to graze top of the net. Hit the net and falls side out over to Arthur.
Coach just shook his head at that one. That just kills the momentum.
Yep, sure does. He switched up the rotation here a little bit, or the defensive scheme. This one dug out Damarajan. Hit him in now. Far side, Halverson. Quick tip, back row, going the wrong way. Back up front, has to get over. It does for Arthur. Damarajan now hit him in. Near side, Kate Hancock loads, fires, dug out by Yoder. Fired across back. What a block by Witt. Back up in the net, fired cross court and inbounds. And a nice kill there by Arthur.
That was a real nice kill. Not much you could do on that one. They put it right on the line.
Back row, dug out by Webb. Hit him in, near side, Hancock loads, fire, drops it down. And Kate.
Full swing on
full
that
swing.
one.
Kate is another one that has struggled this year with her timing on her jump, but right there, just she knew it going up with it, and it was loaded, and she hit it with all she had right there.
Yeah, and give her a little more time, get her timing down, and she's going to be a force.
Halverson, nice serve, back row. This one's going to be trouble. Nice save, but out of bounds. And a point to the Cyclones. 10-7, Cyclones now down by 3. Halverson back with it now. Another nice serve by Jess. Back row, this one's going to be trouble up in the net. Tipped around, Yoder. Oh, that's nice to watch. I don't care what side you're on, just to see a player like that hit, it's fun to watch. Back row, Damarajan could have let that one go, but didn't. Far side now, Unruh tips it over, and Unruh took something off of that. Just to tip it over the net right to the middle.
That was a miss hit.
Was it
but
a miss
it
hit?
worked, yeah.
I had an official in front of me where she hit it.
She got under that ball and just actually put some backspin on it.
It's another one of those things when you're doing radio, nobody sees it, and you can go with it. You don't get pointed out that you were wrong. Far side, fires across court, Damarajan with it. And a nice hustle by Hammer. And when you're looking up and those chairs are not up where you're looking, you're going to stutter step too.
Yep. She took a good swing to save that one.
Back row, Smith now with it. Hit him in, up to Hammer. Hammer has to get it across. She does. Back front row now. Here, nope, number 5. Hit it. Nice block up in the net Olivia Smith and Witt, but it's going to fall on the side of the Cyclones in 13-8. 5-point Arthur lead now here in set number 2. Reaches back, fire, back corner. Would have probably been out of bounds as well. Halverson, Hideman gets that one over. Up to middle, Yoder tips this one up and over. Nice save by Olivia Smith. Lauren Unruh. Near side again, fires over. And number 5's got an arm on her too here. They got a couple girls that can hit.
Yeah, look out.
Hammer up in the air. Hideman over to Witt, and Witt sends this one long and into a different zip code. 15-8 now. Arthur stretching it out, up by 7. Back row, Hammer with it. Up to Hideman. Has to get over. Damarajan fires back row. Dug out by Arthur. Up to the front. Uh-oh. Ouch. Nice save by Hammer.
What a dig.
Yeah. And Unruh. And when Unruh's not coming forward, when she's just going up, she does that.
Yep. And the set wasn't where it needed to be, but, yeah, either hit that one safe to the back row or –
And was that Unruh or Smith? It was
that,
Unruh.
That was Unruh, yeah.
Here we go. We've got ball boys and a girl up there going for a fight. We've got 3 people down there fighting for it right now. Big kid with the gray is going to come out as victorious. And he's going back and claiming his seat, too. Timeout on the court, 17-8. Arthur on top here.
Morin feeling like this one's getting away. He
Yeah.
called a timeout.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, the girls are playing well. It's small things right now. This is not they're not playing poorly, you know.
No, Arthur's a good fundamental team, and they're hitting the ball hard right now, and Cornerstone's just trying to defend themselves as best they can, and it's tough.
Well, and the other thing, too, is when you're practicing throughout the week and you're practicing some of those digs from kills, there's nobody on our team. You know, Unruh, yes, 20% of the time, but there's nobody on our team that's going to consistently hit as hard as Yoder does. And, you know, just to be facing that, to try to dig those out, it's a challenge.
Well, watch Yoder. When she goes up for a hit, she is up over the net significantly.
Her head's above the net. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Arthur has it now, 17-8. And our guest commentator for the night, Aubrey Kinzinger. I'm just kidding. God, you can say whatever you want. Witt now with it. Got it over. Arthur tips it over. That one's going to fall right on the line. And a point to Arthur now, 18-8.
Hammer.
Nice dig by Hammer up to Hideman. Hideman now just kind of tips it over. Great tip. Arthur fires cross court. Hammer, who has taken it upon herself to say, I'm not letting anything get past me, hits that one on an attempted save. That one goes out of bounds off her arm. Damarajan, Hideman just brushes this one over. Back up front. Here we go. Fire. Back row. Halverson. Wow, that one went off the basketball hoop straight down
To Smith.
And Smith hits it up in the air. 20-8. Cyclones down by 12. Looking at their first loss potentially here in 5 matches.
Gary coming in.
Yep, Adrian Gary coming in for the first time tonight. Gary now front row. This one off of Unruh's arm, going the wrong direction on a nice serve. 21-8 now. And Arthur's rolling. I would see another timeout here. Wouldn't be shocked. Unruh's going to come out. It looks like she's holding her right arm just a little bit. She is. Anna Hancock back in for Unruh. Another nice serve. Hammer, nice dig. Up to the front row. Smith fires. Dug out nicely by Arthur right at the net. And Ava just reaches up over the hands of everybody else and tips her down.
Puts it straight down. Well, she gets up over the net, her head does, and she's looking down where she wants to hit it.
That's exactly right. Anna Hancock going the wrong way. Damarajan back to the middle. Olivia Smith now. Back of the front. Near side, fires, cross court, out of bounds. And it'll be a side out back to the Cyclones. And I tell you what, I think from the start of the season till now, I think the most improved player out there is Callista Hammer. she has really, in the last couple of games, taken ownership of her position back in the back row.
Yeah, and she's a great defensive player. She's going hard right now. She's trying to dig anything out.
Yep. Set, near side. Yoder fires. Hammer. Dug it out. Witt now. Back to the middle. Olivia Smith coming forward. And I saw that one coming. 23-9.
That's a tough hit
It
because
is.
that's a very high set. Just
You're
an
watching the ball.
awkward.
Yep, it's awkward. Number 17 back to serve for Arthur. Also played JV. Back Hammer now with it. Up to Witt. Witt over to Damarajan. Has to get it over. She does. Up in the air. Yoder fired.
Just a rocket.
It's just sick is what it is. Yeah, watching it on video right now does not do it justice.
No, and I can't see the angle. You're getting a great angle on that side of the net, and she is just skying above the net.
It's ridiculous. Match point for Arthur. Olivia Smith tips it over back row, and that one's going to fall, so we got a side out back to the Cyclones, 24-10. But 16 straight for Anna Hancock is a very tall order. Hancock back with the serve. Fires, and that's all it's going to take right there. And Arthur O'Call Christian knocks off the Cyclones, taking out a 5-game win streak, and does so handily, may I add.
They're a good team.
This
They're
is
a real
a good team. Very, very good team.
And I believe it that they are undefeated.
Yep. And they have, they've got a couple of nice hitters, led, of course, by Yoder in the middle there, and she's fantastic. But the role players all play their roles very, very, very well.
Yeah, fundamentally.
Yep.
Nobody else really shines, but they're all doing something.
Yep. A lot of fun to watch and to be here, and even if you're a Cyclone fan, it's fun to watch that level of competition. The girls played well tonight. The varsity team played well tonight. They really did. They were outmatched.
Yeah.
And it was just a legit beat down here in
For
set
sure.
number 2.
Yep.
And I know the girls. You can tell when the girls, their emotions right now. You can tell they're upset because, hey, we've lost a few matches this year, but we all knew what we could do better. Tonight you played really well, and you still got spanked. Let's put it down. That second set, you did. I mean, there's no other way to put it. And it's hard to take that sometimes.
It's demoralizing.
It is.
I feel for them because, yeah, you're right. There's not anything that they did wrong a lot of, but Arthur's just a solid team.
Yep.
And when you're getting kills just fired at you at that speed, I don't think that they've seen anybody yet this year just that can hammer the ball like number 6 could tonight.
No, and not only does she hit hard, she's very accurate. And, when she's up in the air, she already knows where she's going to attack. And it's not just going up there and swinging. She knows where she wants to hit it.
Yeah.
And she's a college volleyball player. That's what that is right there.
She's not hoping that ball's going
No.
over. She's saying, where do I want this
No.
ball to land? There's
No.
a significant difference.
So that was painful, but I'm very, very proud. Your daughter played fantastic tonight, both levels.
Yes, there were some shining moments for sure.
There were. And you're a woman of few words, and you don't want to stand here and talk to me, do you? Not at all. Dave Wolf, that was your wife.
That's right. Karis Wolf had some great plays.
She did.
She did what she does best, and she put some big blocks straight down.
And Coach knows what he has there with her.
Yeah, you're seeing more playing time from her.
Yep. And, she's got a few small areas that she will tweak out over the next couple of years. It's going to be fun to watch, and we're going to be pained to lose some of those that we're losing this year. But we're going to see. We got regionals coming up. We got 3 more state games or 3 more season games, and we go to regionals. Making sure these announcements were not for us, saying, "Hey, you guys, shut up." But no, it will be a fun couple of years here for Cornerstone, and they are seed. I believe Arthur is in our regional bracket, is it not?
Well, Arthur is not in our regional because they do not play postseason.
Oh, that's right.
We will see him in the ECIC.
It's Tuscola that I'm thinking of.
That sounds right.
Yep, Tuscola, which is just up the road from Arthur, a little bit closer, but doesn't have Yoders. So Anyway,
So I think we've got 3 regular season games left. Who'd we say we play tomorrow night?
we've got Champaign Uni-High.
Uni High. Then we've got Friday we have Springfield Calvary.
At home.
And then last game is Judah Christian, which we have not played varsity yet.
And Judah Christian, didn't they win the JV tournament?
They won the JV
Yeah.
tournament, and I would say Judah Christian will be a very close match for Cornerstone. So that'll be interesting.
It'll be fun to watch. We got 3 games left of the season, then a little bit of postseason play. We'll bring tomorrow night to you from Cornerstone. It was a fun one tonight to watch. Unfortunately, both JV and varsity falling tonight in 2 straight sets. And we return home now for the long hour-and-a-half drive back to the homestead. Do you have anything you want to say, Aubrey, before we sign off? No, I'm going to get hit for that one. For Jeremy Masters, I'm Dan Kinzinger. Thanks for watching tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Good night.